On YouTube, it's your boy FIFA Dispenser. Back with the second episode of the series. We'll jump right in. As you probably can tell, it's on Aston Villa this time. And what is going on with Villa? 11 league goals in 22 league games. And when I look at that team, I'm probably thinking it should be pushing for maybe mid-table, even potentially top half. It's got a very, very solid back four. I really like a core rate. Vlar, I know he's been out and injured, but he's a good centre back. And then you've also got good reserve centre backs with the likes of Kieran Clark, Baker, and Senderos, who I think has been outstanding since coming in at Villa. I've actually been quite surprised with how well he's done. You've got the big man up top, who is one of the best in the league for me. He's just not getting the service. He's looking more and more frustrated when he's playing for Villa. He's not working hard enough. And I think the fans are starting to see that he's getting frustrated with the lack of service he's getting, because he's getting absolutely nothing. There's no doubt about that. The thing that concerns Villa, there's no width in the team and there's no creativity at all. There's been injury problems. The likes of Kozak, who did alright, to be fair, when he first came in at Villa, but he's been out for over a year now. I know he's not got long back. Maybe he can take the load off Benteke and try and help him out with a few goals, because Villa are not scoring. It's been 5 league games, I think, since they've even scored a goal. United was the last one, and that was Benteke. Absolutely wonderful goal. It wasn't even a chance. So they're really not creating. It is looking bleak for them, particularly with players leaving. You look at Van Vlar, who's the club captain. Alright, he's been out and injured, and they've dealt without him quite well, so it might not be that big of a loss for him going. But when you lose your captain and you haven't really got one to replace in the team, you haven't really got another captain in the team to replace him, it could be a big loss. He's a good defender. I don't think there's any doubt at this moment in time he's probably the best centre-back that Villa have got. Although I really do like Okore, Senderos and Clark's done amazingly well whilst they've all been absent. I don't think it would be a massive loss, and it does look like he's going to go with interest from Arsenal and Manchester United. So another one that looks like he's going to leave, probably not in January, but certainly it looks like at the end of the year, is Delph. Lambert has come out and said he's confident that he will sign a new deal, but with interest from Tottenham and Liverpool, it really doesn't look likely for Delph that he's going to stay. And I don't blame him, to be honest. He's playing with players and in a team that he's just not good enough. He's not playing well enough at all. You got the likes of Cleverley in the side as well, who hasn't really hit off. How this guy has ever played for Manchester United and won league titles and cups with them, I will never know, because he just has not done it at Villa. No assists, minimal chance created, no goals. He's just not good enough, and he's come out and said that he doesn't want to stay at Villa when the season ends. To be honest, I'd get rid of him anyway. He's not good enough. Everton supposedly interested in him. They're welcome to him now, as far as I'm being concerned. So yeah, there's another one. You take those 3 out of the side, and you're left with potential, I would say. You've got Carlos Hill, who's just signed. Looks like he's can create a little bit. He's tidy on the ball, and he might not be a bad signing at all from Paul Lambert. I'm quite pleased with the performance that he put in, albeit it was 20 minutes, 25 minutes against Liverpool, but he did look good on the ball. He put a few corners in, which Villa can't seem to do. So there was positives there. Next, just to replace Vlar, I don't think you'll need to go out and buy anyone. You've got 4 decent centre-backs. I think Senderos has been absolutely phenomenal when he's played for Villa. So is the core, so I think those two would be absolutely fine. At the centre of defence, Hutton and Sissoko have been solid. They will try and get forward as well. One player I do want to talk about just briefly for Villa who's just been left out after a fairly decent debut season in the Premier League is Bakuna. You know, Villa are lacking width, and he's a winger. He's an out-and-out winger. I'm not saying he should go and play every game and be guaranteed to play in the first team, but for me, he has to play at some point, some role for Villa, whether it be coming off the bench. He's a free kick taker as well, which Villa don't really have. You know, Westwood, he can put a decent delivery in, but he's not really gonna ever really look at scoring from a free kick. I know he got one at Old Trafford last year, but he was a little bit lucky. With it, the keeper probably should have had it. So yeah, Bakuna for me, that's another one. And then I look at that team now, and it's got a little bit more creativity than it has with Cleverly. And you know, Dawson miss, but you got Westwood who can pass the ball very, very well. Sanchez to maybe hold with him, add that bit of physicality in the midfield, and that to me doesn't look a bad team. You know, and you could probably argue for Villa that you got some clutter that you need to get rid of. You know, the likes of Charles and Zugbia, who has not done it at all since being at Villa. You know, 4 years now, he really can't cut it. So that's maybe one I'd look to get rid of. Joe Cole probably passed it a little bit now, let's be honest. But he's still there and he's done well when he's came on. There's no doubt about that. As I said, you got Kozak to come back. Wyman, who has been playing in wide positions, and he's not a winger. He's not a right midfielder. He's a striker. I'll go back to the first season under Lambert when Benteke got 19 league goals, I think it was. And Wyman was playing off him, and the game at Anfield when they won 3-1, those two absolutely destroyed the defence. In terms of potential signings, one I think all you Villa fans will probably know about. Scott Sinclair looks like there's been somewhat that Villa can't meet the £2.5 million price tag for him, which I find strange since they've just spent $4 million on Carlos Hill. Is Lerner interested? I really don't know anymore. But yeah, Sinclair wouldn't be a bad signing. As I say, it'd give you added width, which you desperately need, just to get service into the big man up front. So yeah, it won't be a bad signing. Another one you've been linked with, which I felt a little bit surprised at. Maybe it's to do with Vlar going, but Robert Huth from Stoke. I know West Brom have been linked to him as well, purely managing him whilst he was at Stoke. But yeah, that's another one Villa have been quite heavily linked with actually. Whether, as I say, is that it's just preparing for Vlar going or what, I don't think they would need him, to be honest. You know, he's not a bad signing, but is it someone that you really need? With the centre backs that you've got other than Vlar, I'm not so sure. If I was Villa, I would go in the market and I would be looking at definitely another winger. If you could get Scott Sinclair in, I think that would be a very good signing for you. I don't know about strikers. I mean, you got Gabby, Wyman, Benteke, and Kozak when he's back, who can play up top. So I don't think striker. Although you need goals, you just need creativity. You've got the players who can put the ball in the net. It's just whether you can get the ball to them in the right places. So yeah, that's it for this second video. Next one's on Burnley. Villa fans, should Lambert go? I'm probably thinking you're thinking that he should. Have I missed anyone out? Is there anyone else that maybe you should be looking at signing? Maybe wingers in other leagues or from the Championship or whatever. If you think Lambert should go, who should replace him? Let me know. Like, comment, and if you can share and subscribe, that would be fantastic. I really do appreciate you watching the video. Okay, and